First time on air. Anything to say to Lawan here to get him back?
Look, bro, there are stories I could tell people about Lawan, but we'll keep those right here. I'm gonna let him live.
That's not even close.
Man, I'm a dumbass.
I'm clipping that.
Georgia's second.
Hey, Georgia also had Herschel Walker.
So smart, and my team is so dumb. My coach he looks dumb. He's a big baby. This
Dude,
man,
those graphics.
Rip, so smart. You got Sam?
Oh, we can't hear you, Hacky.
No.
He teased us. He teased us.
They muted him.
Still can't hear him.
Hell no.
I was like, damn, he's really.
Yeah,
he's
bro. We
holding
got
us.
canceled already before we made it.
Boo. Boo this man.
Damn, cousin.
Damn it. All the anticipation. Nope.
No.
Nope. Reset. He just said the bad word.
Had to blow it.
How about now?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, there he is.
Episode 212. Hey, it's not Pub Sports Talk unless we have a little technical difficulty. It's usually
Cancel us, bro.
yeah. Not today. Not this week. Hey, anyways, college football is back. NFL's coming back tomorrow.
Yay.
I think round of applause for us all.
Yes, sir.
We made it. Man, this just feels good. Fitz is back from his sabbatical. He learned a lot while he was away from us, and we can't wait.
I bless you with my presence.
That's all we can ask. Hopefully you talk to the other side. Devin and Tim are doing good. Matt with the White Horn across the pond. RIP. Hopefully he's good. No, this is going to be a good episode. We got a lot of football. A lot. And I'm pumped. Football's back, like we said. And we're going to talk about maybe the most football position there was ever been.
Tight end.
Even better.
Running back.
Even more hornier than that.
Linebacker.
Fullbacks.
Even better.
Fullbacks, baby.
Take them back. Take them back.
Now,
So when football was real.
that's right. RIP the position, but it looks like Chargers are bringing this back. Harbaugh's bringing it back. They signed a 6'6", 300-plus pound fullback who's just a gigantic human being, a mountain of a human being. I'm all for the fullback position. I played it a little bit. I loved it. Sure, you don't get any glory, but your boys know what you did for them. You took a grenade in the trenches to get glory for the running back, quarterback, whatever it might be. I'm here for it. So I want to know, you guys, who's a fullback you guys grew up with? Maybe one that you think of as greatest all time. You watch film. I'm going to exclude Jim Brown, Dickerson, because I think in today's game,
they're a modern halfback.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Even though they played fullback. So I'm going to exclude those type of guys. But, who's y'all?
Might as well go Riggin, since he was the actual fullback, but that's a given.
Yeah.
Somebody, so it's not my favorite, but one that sticks out in my mind, Tony Richardson. Tony Richardson was with the Chiefs and the Jets, and it was weird because it wasn't his play. I just remember his picture with the Chiefs, and he was a 90-something. And he had the biggest smile. His smile took up half his face. And then you played with him on Madden, and bro was really fast catching passes. And I'm like, why have I never heard about him? So he opened up my world to just looking up teams' rosters, what other people haven't I heard of? But my favorite, my namesake, Mr. Vontae Leach, straight out of ECU with the Ravens, number 40, Big Vontae with the A. Big Vontae with the A. Underrated guy, but he had a time.
I love that.
Honorable mention, Greg Jones with the Jaguars. Dog.
Man, you're throwing me back, man. When I was making this graphic earlier, I was like, what fullbacks can I put up there? And I think you listed at least two guys that I probably should have had up there.
There's still a bunch more, which is the crazy part. People forget about that.
They forget. And there's a lot of current fullbacks, too, that are slowly changing the game. Fitz, what about you?
Well, I was trying to remember names. Part of it is I remembered Emmitt Smith played with a fullback who kind of did the dirty work. I had to look that up. Daryl Johnson.
Daryl Johnson.
I feel like Adrian Peterson had one, and that's what I was trying to find. But I feel like the Vikings had one for a while. But they were more of like the blocking fullback. Like we have our superstar running back. We just need someone who's gonna like set that hole.
Yeah.
And so those were kind of the guys that I thought of. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like the Mount Rushmore, like Mike Allstott is probably the first one to come to mind. You got him right there. Was Peyton Hillis a fullback, or was he considered?
He was a
halfback, which is weird because he kind of reminded me of a fullback.
He was a fullback, and then he was like in between. Like he started fullback,
right?
And they eventually put him at halfback because he was on a Madden cover. That didn't end up well. And plus, like I guess they ran like a Power I Pro, whatever the hell, with the Browns. So I guess it just worked out that way.
Well, I got to give a shout out. My guy was John Kuhn for the Packers.
Ooh,
John Kuhn was one of the most reliable players. I feel like he knew the offense like a quarterback did. Like, I mean, he knew the blocking schemes. He knew the routes because sometimes he was a route runner, and he knew sometimes he had to be the lead back, especially when players were getting hurt. He kind of became lead back one year. So John Kuhn was my favorite. And even a term that might be thrown with fullbacks, a folk hero type player, and that's what John Kuhn was.
Yeah.
He was like the most folk hero player. So,
I love that. Man, those are good names, boys. I think you guys nailed this. I don't really have anybody else to add, except you look at current fullbacks. Kyle Juszczyk, obviously, he's doing big things in San Francisco. Patrick Ricard for the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, he's has to be part of that offense type of guy, which I'm excited to see what he does with Derrick Henry as long as it's not getting Cincinnati. I'm excited for that. I'm going to give you guys a throwback name from college. Owen Schmidt, West Virginia. He was with Pat White, Devin Slate. He had Devin Slate.
Devin Slate. Oh, shit.
Devin Slate was part of it. But they call him the runaway beer truck. And he was just this big dude. He had this mohawk. He'd have the eye black going, and he'd beat the shit out of himself with the helmet until he bled.
Oh,
he was
him?
wild.
Oh,
Owen Schmidt was wild.
That was him.
Wild, dude. But yeah, he was part of that like Pat White offense, which is pretty dope.
What about there's two I thought of that maybe didn't count. Yeah. So the Fridge, who was a defensive tackle, but they put him in at fullback.
I'll count it. The Fridge.
I think you gotta give him a shout out. The other one is Jerome Bettis. In the later half of his career, became a fullback.
He did.
He virtually became a fullback because they paired him with like Willie Parker or I feel like there were like a bunch of other like small running backs, but he was their goal line back. But obviously Bettis, like if you ever see like rookie Jerome Bettis highlights, like when he was fresh out of college, he was insane.
Oh, like, dude, Notre Dame, yeah.
He was like Derrick Henry, just where it was like unfair, just how fast and big he was. But no, I think his later half, the bus was probably. Again, two great nicknames: the Bus, the Fridge.
Somebody else.
Those are fullback nicknames.
Hell yeah.
Lorenzo Neal, for some reason, I remember him being number 42, and he was really big, and he didn't really look like he should drive trucks, which is like the common theme among fullbacks. But
was he on the Chargers?
Chargers, yeah.
Was he with was that the
LT?
Sproles?
Yeah, he was LT.
Okay.
Who else? Ovi Maheli Ovi Maheli, Keith Smith, and it was Pat DeMarco.
DeMarco, yeah.
Pat DeMarco. Man, blast from the past names. Yeah.
And the fullback position is not dead, and I'm glad it's not. But I feel like for a while, especially like after college for us, 2015, I feel like it died out a little bit. Everybody was going RPO spread. Fullback kind of died. I feel like it's finally coming back because people know you got to run the football. You got to be physical to win games. So,
something I thought of, it's funny because I was just watching a documentary on the Rams Patriots Super Bowl way back and the greatest show on turf. and how they revolutionized the game. Like one of the first teams to actually have like 4 wide receivers on the field. That was like absurd. Who would ever do such a thing? And who would have a running back lineup at receiver? This is absurd. Now it's like so common. But I wonder if because of the tush push, because of the success that the Eagles have had, if that's what's bringing back like maybe a fullback position or an inside run game. Is that like, almost wondering like who's going to be the trendsetter of the greatest show on turf. And maybe that happened in Philly. Maybe what the Eagles were doing with the tush push is going to set a new wave of an offense, of like bringing back the pound the rock football in some way. I don't know. That was just a thought I had as we were talking about fullbacks.
I like that thought because, I mean, you got to think Hurts is like one in a million quarterbacks. Like to have him squat that size and like he's just a freak. Ron Rivera, Cam Newton probably kicking themselves like, fuck, why didn't we think it's push? Like Cam Newton would have been great at it. But you got a guy like Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. He's like maybe 210. Like he cannot do a tush push and get.
Feel like you're giving him more. Bro looks 200.
Yeah. Maybe I'm trying to pad his stats here, but I like he can't do it. So you need that fullback to kind of like give him the extra oomph. Maybe you hand it off the fullback and now, whatever it might be, but you've got to go with the strength that you have. And I like that Fitz. Like tush push might be changing the game. The fullback might be aiding that. I like it, boys. All right. Let's talk this past week, college football. Then we're going to dive into NFL here. While I'm pulling up the graphics. Fitz, I know you don't watch a lot of college football. We're going to work on you.
I watched one game.
Yeah. And we need more.
Progress.
And I tried to watch your Fighting Irish there, Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Yeah. Great game.
I was door dashing during that game. And every restaurant I went into, I kept checking the score and it was 3-3.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this bullshit?
Great. All right. Hold on. You have come to college football and you said, you know what? These scores are too damn high. We need some defense. And now you're like, there's too much defense.
There's difference between good defense and bad offense.
I can't wait till I turn on an NFL game and it's like third quarter and it's 3-0, 3-3. I'm like, Fitz, what the fuck is this going on right now?
It depends on who's playing.
I hope it's your Packers and Eagles, and I hope it's.
Ew.
Well, I could see the Niners. I could see the Niners Jets being a low scoring game this week.
Aaron Rodgers.
But those are two. Those are two prolific offenses. But I think their defenses are that good that I think the defenses can. That's different. It's different if it's like defense making plays.
You don't get to make the
offense can't complete a pass.
Yeah.
Of what I saw, that's what I saw.
I ain't gonna lie, like I said the same thing. Like
damn it,
people were equating the new CFB 25, and I saw a TikTok. A guy was like, you said it's too much scoring. Like, yes, these are real college games. People do run up the score to like 72 to like 3. They run up the scores, and like I'm not gonna lie, that was something I forgot. Like when they pay these podunk teams to run up the score and build spirits and stuff. But then, sometimes as in like the first week, that doesn't work out all the time. So we love to see that. We love to see a surprise bet pay off. And I don't know like how far it's going to reach or if it happens again throughout the season, but I'm loving it.
Well, even Eric Bieniemy, I can't ever say his name, but is he an enemy on UCLA? I was excited to see him because he's a high profile coach. I was expecting him to take a head coaching job in the NFL. He goes to be the offensive coordinator at UCLA, and what do? They don't get 300 yards of offense. They have their top rusher was their QB who had maybe 40 yards and nobody else got like 20. And it was like, so that was weird. I was like, what is wrong with college football is just a different animal.
So you're right. It's more competitive, right? When an NFL coach comes down and gets humbled, it's just more competitive. No, I can't say that straight face.
I just think he's got all these great schemes and he's like, we can't complete a fucking slant route. Like we can't do anything. Like, this is back to square one. I don't know. That's just that's my take.
it's different, right? You go from Mahomes to, it's a little different. It's a little different. All right, let's talk about these three coaches on the screen. All three are in hot water right here. Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly.
We're gonna start with Brian Kelly. He lost the Southern accent. He lost to a fucking water bottle in the press conference. He got mad, and I know Billy Napier, he also lost. We're gonna talk about that. But Brian Kelly, he is phenomenal at losing week 1 games. Like, he might be the GOAT of losing week 1 games, especially primetime, big time. LSU loses to USC. Let's be honest. USC is probably definitely not a contender. LSU should have beat him. But Brian Kelly losing to him, like, he's in the hot seat, man. And like, it's bad. Thoughts about Brian Kelly. I think he was overqualified for Notre Dame. He's hellish overqualified for an SEC job unless it's Vanderbilt. But shit, Vanderbilt beat Virginia Tech this weekend. So thoughts from you guys. Hello, yeah.
First off, for one, it was weird seeing Big Ten on USC's jersey.
Yeah,
like,
super
that just gave me the ick. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But I watched that entire game. Also, I got an update to my phone. So John Emery Jr., who was like toting for a little bit, he tore his ACL. So he lost John Emery Jr. for another season. I hate Brian Kelly ever since like he started dancing with his recruits. I think it was the corniest thing ever. He tried whatever, but that was still corny. I feel like that's something a GA should have like said, like, "Yo, you sure?" They would have disrespected him regardless, but still. Brian Kelly should not have lost this game, but then you remember it's Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly against Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley, in my opinion, doesn't really know anything about defense, so I don't know what the heck happened with LSU. Like, all Lincoln Riley knows is pass the ball, hit offense, and that's all he did.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't known USC for defense since Brian Cushing was off roids over there. So it's like, I don't know what happened. Started pissing down his legs when the lights came on and when it started mattering and when USC actually scored. You know what it was? That big catch that, like, initially people thought like he dropped it, that one-handed catch over 2 defenders. I was like, yeah, bro, like, it's not looking too bright. So, yeah, Brian Kelly has to get it together, and we have got sometime or later the NCAA football powers that be has got just ain't in them all the time, let's put them in an analyst role. Like, let's not put them at the forefront of a team that no more, because it's not looking too good.
There's a famous story about Brian Kelly when he was at Cincinnati that because he was at Cincinnati, he did really good at Cincinnati. It was a small program, but he could it worked for him. It wasn't big time. There was not a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
He got GAs to come over. It had snowed like 7, like almost like 4 feet. Like, it was crazy. It was a crazy amount of snow. He was having a Christmas party. He calls the GAs who were not invited to the Christmas party. He said, "Hey, I need you to shovel my driveway so I can set up my party."
What the hell?
He gets the GAs to shovel the driveway. They go back home after like 4 hours of work. Don't get to go to the party, nothing. Like, he's a dick. Yeah. All right. And the 2 other coaches from Florida State, Florida. If you're looking at Florida State, they're coming off like, hey, we should have been in the national championship. We should have been in the playoffs. We lost a quarterback, whatever. Then they lose their bowl game. Okay, it's bowl game, whatever. It didn't mean that much playoffs. Okay. Then they turn around. They start the season on week 0, losing to Georgia Tech. Okay, chalk it up to another continent, Dublin, whatever, but still Georgia Tech. And now they lose this week. This is to Boston College. So not only do they start the season 0-2, they start in the ACC 0-2. Florida State's dead. Done.
I'm going to be honest. If Boston College doesn't do anything right record-wise, it seems like every year they're going to have their offensive line right, and they're going to play the slow game regardless. It's about like Iowa, except like Iowa wins, but that might be a conference thing. I don't know. But like, Boston College always has an offensive line and a cohesive defense, because we think about every year, like no matter what, they could go like one and however many games they played, but that one game is always going to be NC State when they're riding high. So now, like, hopefully, I don't even think they play NC State for that very reason for this season. But like I think the running back for Boston College came from Florida State, and I actually do remember him.
Yeah, he
And
did. Yeah,
they were talking about the quarterback, Thomas
Castellanos.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and they were talking about like his stats. He had like 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, and people were telling him like he sucks. So apparently he changed. I think this is his last year too. So like he locked in and like started being the first person to come to the facility, and like he went over the practice script and everything so that he knew what to do. So like locking in kind of helps. So we'll see if that actually carries them. But also Florida State lost his luster, bro. Like Jordan Travis had me be a believer, and DJ Ugly is turning the tide like right before our eyes. Like it might be the do-rag for real, because when he was doing well in high school, he wasn't wearing the do-rag.
Yeah.
So maybe he should consider that.
That boy's trash.
Big
Absolute trash.
Yo, they gave that head millions in NIL to come to Florida State. All right. I don't mean to get off coaches, but we're going to do it real quick.
Mhm.
Trevor Lawrence to DJ. Think about that drop off, because that's who
Wow.
took over for him. And then Travis Jordan to DJ. Think about that drop off. This is bad. DJ. I don't think it's all his fault either. I think Mike Novell is just putting him in a bad situation.
I don't know. Clemson's tough because he should have been better at Clemson.
Literally.
Like they had a hold. The defense was insane,
Defense was
and all
good.
they needed was him to just not suck.
When you're throwing the ball to fucking Jerry Smith that works at Walmart, like he's no Wes Welker. Like there was no help for him there at Clemson though.
Yeah,
'Cause there's no
they
transfer
did.
portal.
There was like a couple passes. I remember like
That's
some
right.
of them were like ducks, but there were some where I literally saw like they had their hands out and it just went through their heads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, maybe that was a little too far ahead based on the angle, but like that happened way too many times, bro. Like I saw a couple drop passes. And I was like, maybe this is 60-40 instead of 90-10.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So, and then the other guy, Billy Napier, coming from Georgia Southern, us as Zap guys knew like this probably wasn't going to work. This was a big ass jump for him. Goes to Florida. He gets embarrassed at home in the swamp to the U, which I think all three of us called this. Like, I think we said Miami's going to win this game. And we called this months ago. Cam Ward.
I think
is
it's more
real-
Miami's
real
back. Miami's
the
strong.
U's back, baby.
I think that's way different than the other two.
But you lose at home and you get embarrassed. And I don't know if you get, you guys saw
I
you
don't
coming
think-
off the sideline, coming in
Yeah,
the
that
tunnel,
was
say,
sick.
hey, come to you, baby. Don't come here. Come to
Yeah.
you, talking to the Florida
talking
recruit.
to the high
And
school.
they were nodding
Yeah.
like they were the whole.
I would too. Shit.
Yeah.
My team just got 40
Man.
piece. Yeah, baby. I'm going to rep the U too. It's bad.
I want to do that in NCAA so bad in the video game. I want that to be a feature.
How do you get your
Yeah.
players to do that? Yeah.
How
exactly.
do I walk in front of the other end zone? Go,
Yeah.
hey, come to App State.
Come on, baby.
Come to App, baby.
Come to A. Like, all right, let's gun to your head, $1 million on the line here. You got to pick one of these three coaches to be fired by week 8 of the season. Who's getting fired?
Napier by like they're going to kill him.
I'm with
They
you.
were
I think Napier, yeah.
but they were going to kill him that night.
I'm with Billy. And also his contract's the least.
I think it's
amount of
LSU.
these two.
I think it's LSU.
Brian Kelly.
Also,
Brian
he
Kelly.
came from Georgia Southern for how do you make the jump from Georgia Southern straight up to Florida? Like is
Also-
it us or what?
Do you know the last time LSU won the opener?
Was Odell
You know,
playing?
Yeah, Odell or not Odell, but Joe Burrow.
It was Joe B.
Joe B.
Joe
2019.
Burrow. 2019.
Yep.
They haven't won an opener since 2019.
Guess when? Well, I guess Coach O had one more year left, but let's be honest, Coach O was on his way out.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. And now you got me guess myself real quick. He was at Louisiana. Sorry, University of Louisiana Lafayette, not Georgia Southern, which still same conference.
Yeah.
Same deal. All right. Hot takes, overly hot takes. I put him out there. You tell me if I'm right or wrong here. SEC, not at the top anymore. I don't know what conference is, but I feel like it's more fair now. I look at it. Yeah, okay. You got Georgia that beat Clemson. Shout out to them. Ole Miss put up 60. That's great. Tennessee did what they're supposed to do. But everybody else as a whole, that conference, that's bad. That's a bad conference right there.
Yeah, and everybody
Compared to
it's
what
not
we're
as-
used to.
yeah.
Compared to what we're used to.
It's not as clear.
Yeah.
I'd still put them at the top though.
Yeah.
It's probably closer of a gap than what it used to be, but I think they're still there.
Okay.
I think I take what you said about the SEC and I put it to the Big Ten because there was like the Big Ten kind of like what was the point anymore? And that's how whichever Harbaugh, I guess Jim. That's how he got his cheating ass ring because it was all biding his time. And he was like, I've gotten all the recruits. I've gotten all the rings to build a Megazord in Michigan. And he got it and left. And they're putting all his illegal stuff on the new guy. But we saw a big Ohio State killed NC State former QB Ben Finley. F him straight up. But yeah, like they brought in USC and other schools, and I think it'll be like it's gonna get a little messy a little bit because like now they actually have a little bit more competition.
Yeah.
Just like with the SEC, they didn't bring in competition to me. I think that's a few more games that they can just win and just slide into the college football playoff again off of B games.
Exactly.
So
yeah. U's back. I think Fitz agrees with me. And Devontae, you were shaking your head too. The U's back. They got swagger to them. Penn State, Oklahoma State. Fans, book your tickets to their conference championship games. I think both these teams look really great. And they got a chance to make the Big 10, Big 12 championship game here, respectively. Ollie Gordon's the real deal. Running back for Oklahoma State. Penn State fired on all cylinders. They got a chance here. Week 1 overreaction.
I don't know, man. You still believe in Penn State? You they usually start off hot. And then
I know, but it's a week 1 overreaction. I got to take a shot at
that. Even Oklahoma State.
Too hot.
No way. Oklahoma State.
For Big 12, I can't like who else?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I don't even know who's in. Is Oklahoma in the Big 12?
Oklahoma's SEC now.
Jesus.
Somebody from the Pac was in the Big 12. I remember seeing the jersey. I'm like, what sense does this make? But I can't remember who. But it was somebody from. Was it UCLA?
UCLA's Big 10, which that's wild.
So USC and UCLA are Big 10.
And yeah, BYU's part of Big 12.
Utah's in the Big 12. Though.
Utah's in Big 12 now. Mountain Conference, yeah, they kind of got shafted.
I hate college football.
This
is so stupid. This is so
What do you mean,
freaking
bro?
stupid. Look at the Big 10. There's like 20 teams in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
No, that
16,
is
17,
kind of wild.
18 teams in the Big 10.
I'm gonna keep going, but that is kind of wild.
You've got to
you
change your
kidding me?
name. You got to go Big 18.
You
Yeah.
have to. The Pac-12
got
has
to be
two
Pac
teams.
2. 2-pack. Like, come on.
I hate this shit, man.
All right. Before
I'm
Fitz has
done.
a aneurysm.
I'm done. I can't handle this shit.
All right.
Pissing me
We're
off.
going to pick our 5 group or Power 5 conference champions, okay? All right.
There's only 3
Power 4.
conferences.
Power 4. There's 4. Big 12, Big 10, ACC, SEC. Okay. I forgot Tupac died.
It's all relative. I think ACC is no longer power.
I mean, I kind
Are
of
they?
agree with you here, okay? But they
don't
still
do that.
considered a group 4.
Come on, chill out.
Sorry, Devontae. Sorry. I forgot. Your NC State Wolfpack.
Like we brought in SMU and Stanford, and
Yeah.
they're pulling their weight.
They're pulling their weight.
Gosh, I'm getting.
I mean, Western Carolina, you should probably bring them in. I'm just kidding. All right. All right, let's start. Let's just start with ACC now. We talked about Clemson losing to Georgia, Florida State obviously losing. Who is your ACC champion at the end of this thing?
Oh man,
Miami.
Yeah, I'm with you. The U.
yeah,
We talked about it. The U's back.
I can't even. Hold on.
I don't know
now,
who's even a second there.
Did yeah, I take Miami. I'm not even mad at Miami, but like I remember there was a point where I'm like, damn, we might be afraid of Florida State. I really don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miami started off with the swagger. They're back, like to what we know the 2000s to be. So that's something to be
Right.
afraid of.
All right. Big 12. This is Arizona State, Baylor, BYU, Central Florida, Cincinnati, Colorado, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas Tech, Utah, West Virginia. You already know mine. I'm taking Oklahoma State Cowboys.
I'd take Utah.
That's a good one too.
Shoot, I'm gonna go against the grain, man. I'll take Arizona. I'll take Arizona and Noah Fafita and Titicaca, whatever bro's name is, McMillan, Tedoroya. Yeah, Tedoroya. Let's roll with them because I'm looking at all these teams and like all these teams are usually fun to watch, but when it comes to like real life play, man, I don't know. Especially TCU. I forgot they were a team. They've been embarrassed me for the last time.
I love that. All right, Big 10. Like Fitz said, there's 18 teams here. I'm going to list them. Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Maryland, Michigan, Michigan State, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Purdue, Rutgers, UCLA, USC, Wisconsin, Washington. Who do you guys
this
take?
Is actually ridiculous. You're right, Fitz. This is actually.
Is it not? Like, what are we watching? This is
ridiculous,
man.
Shoot, man. Well, they got Chip Kelly in there, so Ohio State can at least get to the playoffs. Now, what they do in it, I don't know, but I'll take Ohio State in this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking too.
Ohio State.
It's either them or Michigan, but I don't even know who Michigan has.
Nobody. Donovan Edwards, that's it. And some quarterback, I forgot his name, but yeah.
I'm taking Ohio State as well. So we got a sweep there. All right, final SEC. We've got Georgia, Ole Miss, Missouri, Texas, Bama, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, LSU, Florida, Kentucky, Auburn, Arkansas, South Carolina, Mississippi State, Vandy. Who wins the SEC this year?
Texas.
Arch
Manning.
They got a big one coming up. Arch Manning's not even starting quarterback. He's not even QB1.
Yeah, I'd say they're like a year away. Yeah. I'm all about Arch Manning though. That's not. I probably should pick them.
Shoot, I'll take Bama.
Yeah, Georgia. It's gonna be Georgia.
I'll take Bama. I'm for real. I'll take Bama. They said I saw a picture online. They were like, they're taking pictures in the end zone. Nick Saban is definitely gone. So you know what? They'll at least get to that point. But what they do there, we don't know. So
dude, can we talk about Williams?
Also, schedule. Remember, we looked at the Bama schedule. It was some bullshit. So
it's easy.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's easy. Also, Williams from Alabama. He's a freshman wide receiver. He's 17 years old. 4 tutties.
17.
He early enrolled. Yeah, he reclassified. So they got some dogs over there. I'm going to go against the grain. You guys took great Georgia, Bama. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to take Ole Miss. I'm going to take Jackson Dart. I feel like Lane Kiffin's got a little swagger to him. I'm going to take that offense. So, all right. And then the rest of the conferences. Who's an underdog that has a chance to make the playoffs, make some noise going in? Or any other second place Power 4 guys that maybe didn't win the conference, but they got a chance here. Well, we'll start with the true underdog. Mine's right there. I'm taking the Nears, baby.
Eh,
App State.
I don't
We're gonna get it done.
I'm not sold on App, and I love App. I'm just.
You watch. Your
I
mouth.
wish we
Daily
had. I
football.
wish we had this playoff format, like when we had some different eras.
Wow.
Put it that way.
I know what you mean.
Like imagine like the Drinkwitz era,
The 1
the,
year.
the 1 year.
God.
That was a good era though. That was a good
It
year.
was a good year.
Shoot, let's go with Boise State. They already got Ashton Gianti making a lot of noise.
He does.
People don't run anymore, and so it seems like they can
They can make some noise. I will say they struggled against Georgia Southern at home week 1, but it's
that
week
was a
1.
high-scoring game.
Yeah, 56-45.
Jeez.
That was too much offense for Fitz.
Yeah.
So definitely don't watch it. All right. Let's turn the table here. Let's predict some big games for this weekend. And then we'll talk NFL, and that'll be the whole show for us, which I'm excited for. All right. Starting with what most people would say the biggest game this weekend is. It's not Archie. It's Quinn Ewers. Texas, number 3. Traveling to the big house, number 10, Michigan. Over-under set at 42.5. Spread. Texas, 7.5 favorite on the road. Big Ten football meets SEC football. What do we got?
Michigan.
Only
because I don't know. I feel like no one's talking about them.
That's true. Even though, rewind the clock, 2 minutes ago, Fitz was saying Texas might win the SEC. Then he took it back.
I
Yeah.
took it back.
I was a Quinn Ewers hater. He did all right, It was a cute little outing for the time it lasted. So we'll see like how well he does. Going against Michigan. I'll take Texas on this one, but I think that spread is a little high.
Yeah. It's the big house, man. You don't just walk in there and win unless you're Appalachian State. So I'm gonna take Michigan to cover. I'm taking Texas to win though. 7.5 is a lot of points. That's a lot. All right. Next up, a team that I'm high on. You guys maybe not. Number 16, Oklahoma State, hosting Arkansas. You might look at this saying, Arkansas, what? This is a different Arkansas. They got a lot of transfer portals. They're one of the oldest teams in the SEC. 62.5 to over under. Oklahoma State, 7.5 point favorite at home.
Oh, they got Monty Harrison, the dude that's our age.
Yeah.
No, like
he's not quite our age.
Literally, he is. They had him. They said, but they I forgot. I guess he finally came in somewhere near the end when they were whooping somebody, and he threw in a couple of good blocks. So we don't get much wide receiver blocking nowadays. So maybe that might make a difference,
especially from a baseball player now.
Yeah, that's a lot of forearm strength right there.
For listeners and viewers that don't know, he was a former MLB player that we talked about. Devontae, I think you brought him up.
Yeah,
4 months ago when he decided he was going to come to Arkansas, maybe longer. So it is a really cool, dope ass story, which I'm rooting for.
Yeah. And he actually played, he actually touched field in the pros. So
yeah, he wasn't just a minor league guy.
But yeah, so shoot, pig damn suey. Let me take Arkansas for real on the plus.
Taylor Green from Boise State. He loves to hear that.
I'll take Oklahoma State. I know nothing about them, but they seem to have this one.
I'm gonna take it. Ollie Gordon's the real deal. I'm a man. I'm 40. You come after me, Mike Gundy. He's gonna get done. All right. Next up, we're going ACC ball. Devontae, don't sweat yet. Georgia Tech, number 23.
What?
Yellow Jackets ranked, baby. Traveling to the Cuse Carrier Dome. Georgia Tech, 3-point favorite on the road. Over at 62.5. Carrier Dome is a tough place to play.
Hell yeah.
Georgia Tech keep the swagger or not?
Who did Syracuse play last game?
Old Dominion. And they handled the business.
Oh.
They did their job.
Wait, no. South Carolina played Old Dominion, I thought.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I think you are right. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Who did?
They might have played. Let's see.
Play the same color scheme. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, they played Ohio. I was way off. I'm sorry. They played Ohio.
Oh, like the Ohio
the Bobcats. Yeah.
Damn.
38-22.
Okay, so like they played a little competition.
A little bit.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech come off Georgia State, the previous Florida State.
Shoot. You know what? I'm gonna go with Cuse. I'll take Cuse in this one.
Big
Just
orange.
carry it on.
I'll take Syracuse.
You guys zig? I'm gonna zag. I'm gonna take Georgia Tech. I think they keep it rolling.
Mm.
I kind of like this running back for Syracuse.
Yeah, he's nice.
LaQuint Allen.
Quint
I don't
Allen.
know. Maybe he might be a sneaky guy out of Syracuse.
I like it. Might be a sleeper pick. All right. Battle of the Corn. Iowa. Iowa State traveling to
man.
Iowa. Iowa's ranked 21.
Now this is a game you gonna watch, Fitz.
35 and a half.
I'm
still
gonna see
under.
this. This is gonna be on at all the bars, I bet.
Iowa,
Yeah,
2.5
a
point
lot of-
favorite.
A lot of cyclones in this.
Fitz, this is
part-
the
in these
D that
parts.
you've been wanting. You want this D, you're going to get it. This is heavy defense.
Yeah,
All you can handle, D, right in your face.
this is tough in Iowa. Iowa, because Iowa State, they've been knocking on the door. They're here. I guess they are. They've arrived, but it does still feel like it is. It feels like Iowa.
Big hot D,
feels
huh?
like they still. I feel like they still own this matchup.
Yeah.
And being in Iowa, I think they get it done. It's really close, but I would take Iowa.
I take Iowa too, because I actually know their quarterback, not personally, but like I know his name. So yeah, and one of the wide receivers is from North Carolina, Jacob Gill. So shout out him. He actually caught a touchdown, y'all.
Man.
Caught a touchdown.
Iowa's favored though. Oh shoot!
Yeah.
They're at home.
See, I hate that. That's like the kiss of death. If they're gonna spoil.
Well, they could win by a kick, and it's 2-2.
See, I thought Iowa State was gonna be favored. What are these fake ass rankings?
You feel
Oh,
me?
this
See?
guy. This guy.
How can you be rated higher, but the odds are gonna go again? I don't understand. Hate this shit.
I was ranked ahead. They're 21.
Iowa's 21 or Iowa State's 21?
Iowa's 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
put it on the.
That makes sense.
It's on Iowa. I probably should have loaded
Oh,
it. That's on
okay.
me.
All right, it
Yeah.
just slid up. Okay. So yeah, we good. We good.
Yeah,
It's
that's on me.
misleading.
Yeah. I see what you guys are saying.
Well,
That's on the graphic designer. I'm going to fire his
okay.
ass.
Yeah, I'll stay with Iowa.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Big Hawk D. Fitz is taking it. Devontae's taking it. I'm taking it too. Give me Iowa. I think they win. I'm also taking the under 35 and a half. Give me the under there. All right. The showdown that maybe not a lot of people are talking about. Coach Prime, Coach Rule, Colorado versus Nebraska, 58 and a half to over under. Nebraska's got a dude at quarterback. He's a freshman, Dylan Raiola. He's the deal. Shedeur Sanders says, hey, I'm the real deal too. Rolly time. It's my time. Nebraska, 7.5 point favorite at home. Colorado disrespected them last year. What do you guys say?
Do y'all remember his dad, Dominic Raiola, the left guard out with the Lions?
Yeah.
51. Yeah. Homework on Dominic Raiola. Colorado will take this one.
I'm gonna ride Coronation for my boy John Johnston.
Okay.
Still got to get him on.
Johnston, the boy.
Guy's my hero.
Yeah. Fitz, this is the email you need to send this week. I know you got a job, but this is more important. Get your boy John on. Colorado covers here, plus 7.5. I think Shedeur Prime, they cover this thing. I'm taking Nebraska to win. Fuck it. No, I'm not. I'm taking Colorado. I can't do it. I'm going to take the Buffs. I want to take Coronation. I want to be corned up with you, but I can't. I wanted to. All right, Devontae, a game that I kind of half expect you to go. And I'll be honest, if I didn't have Lorenzo, I probably would have hit you up and said, "Hey, we're going. I got us tickets. Let's roll to this thing." Charlotte is hosting number 14 Tennessee, number 24 NC State. Over under set at 60.5. Tennessee 8-point favorite.
Damn.
Hold on, talking about is NC State actually
It's 24, big dog.
Bro, I don't know what
You
I'm-
beat
all right,
the
so I
powerhouse
definitely
Western Carolina. What do you expect?
No, for that reason, for that game, I swear I kept being like, all right, everybody else is going to win their game, and we're not going to win the game by as much. So they're going to find a way to slide another team in the top 25 to bump NC State out. And I thought that's what happened, but luckily it didn't. Let's see, what's the spread? It's only 8. It's only 8. Okay. See, before they're tripping. It used to be like, I think it was 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Now they bumped it to 8. I feel the disrespect.
A lot of money coming on Tennessee.
Bet. So apparently, Nico did his thug fizzle last game.
He did. Dropped like 60.
Hopefully the NC State defense and offense ran enough gassers to get to lock in for this week. So I gotta go with my old pack of pack. NC State on the plus. NC State on the plus.
Yeah. Fitz, who you taking here?
This is in Charlotte, Bank
In
of
Charlotte.
America.
Yeah,
City.
BOA.
Duke Mayo's Classic.
That's really cool.
Whoever a bunch of Duke mayonnaise poured on them in the hot.
I mean, you would think NC State would have more fans, but I feel like Tennessee. I don't know. I feel like they'll travel for this.
Oh hell
travel.
yeah! It's right up the street.
You know,
So,
is NASCAR in season yet? Because that would be the ultimate. If they had something at Charlotte Motor Speedway, all those Knoxville people would come out.
I think Charlotte people would just like fucking riot.
I guess you can just go to NASCAR Hall of Fame, and make a whole weekend out of it.
Yeah.
I'll take Tennessee. I think their fans show up. I think they got it.
they will show up. It's a bunch of Tennessee fans in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
understood that. They're from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have only been to Myrtle Beach, and they're Tennessee fans. It's a lot of
Oh,
people.
that's classic.
Yeah, classic.
Oh,
Or
That's classic Charlotte.
they go to Pigeon Forge a little bit, maybe spend a weekend
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach of the mountains.
Yeah, you're right about that. Maybe Gatlinburg, yeah. Grayson McCall, man, Coastal Carolina, mullet flowing. I've given Devontae a lot of shit about Western Carolina, but let's be real here. I think week 1 jitters, opening day.
No, to hell with all that. Cut that out. No,
Okay.
no, I was fine with it. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Grayson McCall should know, if he somehow listened to it, just know I'm not a believer. You're going to have to make a believer out of me.
You heard him, Grayson.
You
Make
gonna-
him a believer Saturday in Charlotte.
Yeah. I just don't know.
Nico's
if
about to
any
run that ass, though. I'm getting Tennessee.
I don't know if any Carolina team can perform well at US Bank or at Bank of
No,
America.
you
It's
bring up a
tough.
good point. I'm scared of that too because we're at
Yeah.
BOA, and I remember matter of fact, it might have been Tennessee when Tennessee wasn't ranked. We got our ass beat if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Or it might have been another team, but yeah, bro.
Or it's like when Clemson plays UNC at Bank of America, UNC always chokes. They never play well.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about it. And obviously the Panthers just suck. So
imagine if State ends up blowing Tennessee out and they only bump them to number 20. No, what if they only bump them to 22
21, 22.
on some hater shit?
That
But
would be
it's
the
all
hater
good.
shit. All right. Fitz brought him up. Clemson hosting Appalachian State. Joey Agar going down there. 53.5 over under.
Ooh.
Clemson 17.5 point favorite.
That's Y'all don't feel that blood boiling for the disrespect
Oh, I
after
feel
that
it.
poor ass showing?
I feel it.
Jeez.
I think Clemson's got it.
Damn, you said that quick as hell.
I'm pulling for App. I don't think this is the team.
You don't think the defense is there?
I don't know. There's something about this wave of guys. I don't know. I'm a little down on them. I hope they prove me wrong.
Joey Football, if you're listening, Fitz it was on probation. That's why he wasn't part of old episodes. All right, so we're gonna put him back on probation here.
Oh, shoot, man. I think that Clemson and Georgia game was the reason why. Like, I think Georgia will get caught slipping, and I'm hoping to God that Clemson still keeps getting caught slipping. I think App State might get them on the plus.
Ooh.
I think they'll get them on the plus. I think the lead will end up being like 6, if that. You know, you might steal one away from them. Also, Roddy White, Falcon Great, he brought up a comment and said, like, it wasn't his words exactly, but he was basically saying Dabo's kind of tripping by having like only one black player out there, because that is not the Clemson we've been seeing. And so maybe the recruiting strategy isn't working that well. So I think App might catch them slipping on their recruiting strategy.
Rodney White got a lot of flack on X there. Yeah, he said there's a lot of white boys out there for Clemson to be winning. And, he's not wrong.
He wasn't wrong, because we saw it last year. Like, I think Justin Ross wasn't there, but like I kept looking. They had Will Shipley, the white running back, which he wasn't bad, but I was like, you know, this looks a little different now. And like the play level's kind of down. It was a little slower. I'm like, I wonder if Dabo's seeing what I'm seeing, because he's
Offense
right there.
and defense.
I'm at home. He's right there, so I don't know.
You boys ever had too much salt in your food? Unedible. You can have pepper, baby. You can balance. You can ball out with some pepper. You can't have salt. Too much salt out there closes you down. That's what happened to Clemson defense and offense. Look, App State minus 17.5. I don't give a shit. I think we roll Dabo and the boys. I think we put Dabo in the hot seat. I'm taking Clemson. I know Fitz not a believer, but I'm a believer in Joey football. He's gonna put on. I'm taking App State. All right. Oh, before we do, shout out to the great company, Hovey Dry Goods. They got this nice app hat with the old school Yosef rope hat. It's a nice performance hat. Go ahead and get yours from Hovey Dry Goods. It's a clean hat. It's a good hat. Devontae, no state stuff yet, but they got Florida State, so maybe that'll turn to dog shit to get some Florida State stuff for you.
I'll be looking. I'll see what I like.
NFL pick'ems. We're gonna speed through this. We'll start with Thursday night. We got a banger.
Finally, some real football.
This guy you're going on probation again. I'm going to put you on probation. All right, here we go.
Oh, man, football's back.
Football. All right, Ravens at Chiefs. Over-runners at 46.5. Chiefs, 3-point favorite. Derrick Henry. You can see him in the purple and black.
He looks like a Power Ranger.
Damn, that's a cool picture. He actually does look like a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ravens, Chiefs.
I'm going to take the Birds. I got the Ravens.
Birds.
Spoiling banner night.
Yeah. I'll take the Birds too. I'm hoping for the Birds.
I'm surprised they're not favored.
Yeah.
Both these teams, the field concaves, they both lose. RIP. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want that. I'm going to take the Chiefs. It's banner night. I think they find a way. They get it done. Xavier Worthy, he probably pops off. People are like, oh my gosh, he's so good. And then he's going to fall off after week 6. But give me the Chiefs to win. All right. Brazil. Let's go down. Sao Paulo. Shout out to Braden Arvison, baby. He's down there right now. He's ready. Kick for Green Bay. Pub alum. I'm excited for him. Packers at Eagles. 48.5 over under. Philly 3-point favorite.
This one's tough.
Devin White not traveling with Philadelphia, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that news today.
You said Devin White?
Yeah, the linebacker.
Oh, he is with the Eagles. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, don't have
no, they're pretty. The Eagles are loaded. I'm worried about Saquon. I think I've tried to get Saquon in all my fantasy leagues. Like that guy, he's primed. He's primed. I think it gets a little ugly. I think the Packers make it interesting in the fourth quarter, but I think the damage gets kind of done earlier in the game. I'm pulling for the Pack, but I think the experience of Philly is just, they're a really good team. I think Philly comes out pretty strong. But I think the Packers, there's flashes, and then they fix it moving forward. But I'm taking the Eagles in this matchup.
Wow. F that. I'm saying go Pack go. Forget all that.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, hey, I'm all for it. I'm just saying, if you want my honest prediction, I'm worried about the Eagles.
I'm not.
I think the
I
Eagles are
still
really
feel like,
good.
even though the Eagles got what's his name, Kellen Moore as new offensive coordinator, so they're not just running like halfback dive and quarterback pitch and all goes. That's the Packers. Y'all got a bunch of no-name defensive players and a couple of new heads that you just drafted that I don't know the names of, and I guarantee they're about to play like they're about to die tomorrow. So we'll give it the Packers. Aren't they playing on grass too?
Yeah.
So Josh Jacobs is gonna be healthy too. So we're good. Sure.
I'm gonna take Philly. I don't know why. Fitz, I think you kind of alluded to it. I think it's gonna be a close game. It might get ugly, but I think it'll be closer than what people say. I know it's only a 3-point spread, but I'm gonna take Philly.
I was thinking like 38-27.
Yeah,
like
kind of
that's
gets
kinda
out of
what I was
hand
thinking.
the last
But
second
more
score.
of like where it's really 38-17 at one point, and then the Packers are able to close it at the end or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really worried about Saquon. I just that he's been running for the shitty Giants his whole career, and now he's finally got it made. We're about to see Saquon just be absolutely
Just
cracked.
pop
Like
off.
I
hope everybody's
in
ready.
a new uniform.
No, he's got it made. Like this is Saquon's time, and I think people are gonna put respect on Saquon's name after this year.
Yeah.
Because they are snubbing his ass hard.
All right. Steelers, Falcons, Devontae. Here's your boys. Sunday. All right. That Brazil game is when you play on Friday. Over on 42.5. Atlanta, 3-point favorite hosting Pittsburgh.
Oh, damn. Why did they put them as a favorite? Oh, oh.
Man.
All right.
I really am. I'm curious, Devontae. I teased you before the show. I'm buying the Falcons hype. And I don't know if it's just because, Kirk Cousins and the team they were at the water park one week this summer.
Yeah.
Just the team bonding feels like they haven't had this, maybe since the Matt Ryan era.
No.
But this is the most hype I've had in a Falcons team for a while. Like just the excitement of second year Bijan, Kyle Pitts. It feels like, hey, this might be Pitts. He's finally got a quarterback. And then Drake London's also exciting. And then what I remember from the Packers-Falcons matchup last year is they were just raving about the veterans on the defensive on your defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're a little bit older, so that kind of worries you a little bit. Is like, but again, Kirk's older. That the Falcons are in win now mode. That's what it feels like. It's like, hey, we're trying to make a run, and we've got these young stars, but we've also got these veterans. And it's time. And we're with Kirk. Like in Kirk, we trust. So I'm all in. I'm all in on the Falcons stock. So I'm gonna take Atlanta. But I'm curious, Vontae, if you're equally hyped. You've obviously been around the
Falcons longer. No, but like, I follow them on social media, like on Instagram, and I look at the pictures and I'm like, I see what you're talking about with like the camaraderie and stuff, and like they're still like all the pictures are always going to look cool, but it's like, how you can look cool in the picture. I'm like, we're just putting on, right? So one thing I did pick up, like I've noticed that all the tunnel pictures, they show their outfits and stuff. The Falcons never have fit pics at all. Like only maybe Kadero Hodge had like a good outfit. So now that's something I pick up because Kurt can dress, Ray McCloud can dress. So I'm like, okay, if you go into the game with a fit, maybe you feel a little better. But this game here, I need them. Like I might cry. Like regardless of the outcome, I might cry. I need them. I need Arthur Smith to feel my pain. I need him to feel my pain. Like, and at the same time too, like the only thing positive I'm hoping for the Steelers, like the Steelers are cool in my book. I'm kind of hoping for like a low-key Najee resurgence, or at least like a inkling like, hey, Najee's not dead, but I still want my team to win. Like they've done too much. They've invested too much. We have two new safeties that's like we've always had problems with the defensive backs. You got a quarterback that can throw sometimes, throws wild, but throws sometimes. So like it's in line. They're in line to win, but that's why I'm afraid because they've been in line to win so many times, and something stupid happens. Like Russell Wilson goes off for 330 and 3.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The other,
How pissed off I would be?
yeah, the other promising thing though for Atlanta, and this is where maybe I'm buying all the stock in Atlanta. You got the Rams coaching staff. So
Yeah.
like you are now part of that McVay tree, like you have, which just seems like that's where that I feel like that's where the money is right now. Is everyone's trying to get a little piece of McVay, and I feel like now you got the defensive side of it, or a bulk of it is on the defensive side, which McVay's more offensive minded, but you're still going to get some of the Ram culture, and you obviously do have like I think the OC was like with quarterbacks or something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm excited about Kirk. Like you had the veteran presence on the defensive side. You now have Kirk at the helm. You've got the offensive talent, some young promising talent there. And then you got the coaching staff now. Like, yeah, Arthur Smith, goodbye. Like we now have a staff, and the NFC South is wide open. Like it's easily Atlanta could host a playoff game. Just winning the South. I'm all in. I just
That's what I'm saying. That timing like is open. The hole is there. Are you gonna run through it? We don't know. I don't know.
now.
I'm excited. I'm taking
Hot
it game
Atlanta.
by game. Taking it game by game.
All right. From a true Falcon.
You're a true Falcon.
Yeah.
It's Russell Wilson, baby. Sussy Russie. Give me the Falcons. winning.
Sussy
winning.
Russie. Oh, I like that.
All right. Cardinals, Bills, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, over on set 48.5. Buffalo 6
Man,
point
you made
favorite.
Kyler so small.
This is the scale. It wasn't me.
Oh man.
That's crazy. Oh shoot.
You gotta have fun sometimes, boys.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm expecting my boy Keon to get his first touchdown.
Ooh.
I'm expecting Keon to get his first touchdown and solidify himself as wide receiver 1, because I don't know who the hell wide receiver 1 is right now, because it can't be Curtis Samuel and it can't be Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins. So like
Mac Hollins, yeah.
Keon's got to solidify himself in this game. Because the wide receiver room is wide open, and Josh Allen is in the same book as Grayson McCall. You're gonna have to show me. I don't know what these analysts have been talking about. You are a Brett Favre with who? I can't say the Vikings. I can say the Jets. Oh, you're Brett Favre with the Falcons. There you go. You're Brett Favre with the Falcons right now. Lesser Brett Favre with the Falcons to me. So you're just gonna have to show me something, Josh Allen, if you accidentally listening, or if you actually listen to us and listen to me being a hater. But no, for real. Buffalo got it.
Yeah, I don't believe in the Bills too much this year. Like I think I'm gonna
Lost a lot.
I think, yeah. I mean, losing Diggs and Davis hurts.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still like Sean McDermott. I'm gonna take the Bills in this matchup just because I don't believe the Cardinals can take them. But I feel like in more weeks I'm gonna go against the Bills, but not this week.
Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr.,
They're
Marzamani,
okay.
Rob.
Yeah, I think they're like a year away from being
James
really
Conner.
dangerous. I think they're okay this year. I don't think they win week 1.
I'm with you. I'm taking Bills Mafia. Put him through a table. Put his little ass through a table. You could use a little pizza table that keeps it off the box, the little thing. You put him through that. All right.
A Lunchable.
A Lunchable. I love that. All right. Titans at Bears. Over under set 45.5. Bears 4-point favorites. Caleb Williams week 1 debut. Can't wait to see what fingernails he paints. Can't wait to see what purse satchel he rocks. This is exciting. Good stuff.
Shoot.
I take the Bears, which
Samesies.
it's just the Titans. They're gonna be in a bind. Vrabel was the best thing that happened to them in a long time, and they fucked that up.
It's tough.
Who's Vrabel? Is Vrabel with the Patriots now, or who is he with now?
He's with the
That's a
Browns.
great question.
He's a player personnel developer on the Browns.
No way.
Yeah, him
Wow.
and Jameis Winston have been racing each other before practice. during
Oh,
warm-ups.
yeah.
It's been really fun to watch.
Wow.
With that being said, Calhoun, I think he's a great coach. I'm excited to see what he does with Tennessee. I'm still am heavy Coach Raves fan. I think it's tough to lose him, especially the way they did. Will Levis, though, he kind of turned on at the end of the season. He got a lot of shit about drinking the mayo and that type of stuff. But I think, I don't know, man. I think Titans like over under for like the season's like 4 games. I think they win more than 4 games. I'm taking them. I think this is the first win. I think they ruined Caleb Williams week 1. The Bears are shitty. So I'm going to take the Titans. All right. Patriots at Bengals over and set at 40.5. Cincinnati 8.5 point favorite. Jamar Chase has not signed, but he did practice today. What do we got?
Oh, Bengals. I'm just all in on the Bengals. I actually think this is the best Bengals defense we've seen in a while. At least I'm excited about it.
Big
And
old
obviously
orange
Trey,
D.
Trey Hendrickson is a big piece of that. I think he could be in the defensive player conversation. But they've also got some also young pieces there. And also Burrow. I mean, I feel like this should be the best of Joe Burrow. Like this, we should really see him. So yeah, and I don't care that Joe Mixon's gone. I think they're better without him. So yeah, I'm taking the Bengals.
I think I'm glad Joe Burrow actually has like options to throw to. Like he always had T Higgins, Jamar, and Tyler Boyd. But like now you have 2 young bucks in Eusebius and Jermaine Burton and Mike Gesicki for at least 2 downs. So I'm not gonna lie, just because of the Patriots defense too. I don't know about their spread, but the Bengals got it. Bengals money line.
Yeah. Bengals money line 8.5 kind of scares me, but yeah, we're wearing all orange for the first time. We got orange pants this year, so I'm excited. Orange out, and so yeah, I'm gonna take it at Gerard Mayo. I think he's a great hire for New England, but yeah, Cincinnati, baby. NFC South, Panthers, Saints, 2 teams that you guys talked about recently. Over under set 41.5. New Orleans 4-point favorites at home. Bryce Young, does he get a win? Can he do it?
Shit, man. Ugh.
It's tough.
I ain't gonna hold you. Just off the strength of Derek Carr against a somewhat coherent Panthers defense, and it's the NFC South matchup, and it's early, so like they kind of gassed up to like I guess prove people wrong. You know what? I'll take the Panthers on the plus here.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think Panthers defense wins this game. I think it's kind of an ugly week 1 game. Probably a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, a bit of a grind, almost like a 19-16 type win.
That might even,
so I'm probably like I might take the under, but that's pretty low under to begin with.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the Panthers can actually steal this one. It's tough. It's on the road, but I think they can do it.
I'm expecting Spencer Rattler to start by like at least week 7.
Yeah.
Devontae, I like that. Cut that shit out. This is the under. This is like 41.5 is way too high for me. I'm thinking 12-3 here. I don't know. I don't believe this. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm taking Carolina. I think they'll win. I think they get upset here. But yeah, I don't know, man. The under. I think both defenses are better than the offense. The boy Dom, Athletic Geek, Panthers D has always been nice. Fitz loves a good D, so there you go.
I do.
He loves it. 4 quarters of big D football. All right. All right. Another conference match here. Houston, Indy, Texans traveling to the Colts. Over at 48.5. Houston, 2.5 point favorite. Anthony Richardson, he's finally healthy, right? He's not learning out. He was maybe rookie of the year candidate before he got hurt. He was balling. CJ
Mhm.
Stroud obviously came on, balled out too. I'm excited for this matchup. What do you guys say?
I wish I was here to like see it in live, like to witness it.
Yeah.
Texans got it by far, but like I think finally seeing Anthony Richardson play again, hopefully the line, because I think the Colts have been having offensive line problems too. So hopefully they got it together to at least hold them down for at least half the season.
Right.
So, but I'll hopefully this is on TV somewhere, which it probably won't be, but we'll see. I still take the Texans with this on that
That's
spread.
cheap TV, but NFL Sunday package.
Hell yeah.
See, I was thinking the spread was going to be a little higher. I feel like the Texans are heavily favored in this, but obviously, I mean, yeah, the Colts are sneaky. As much as I'm tempted to take the Colts, I would love to see them spoil. I could see, I think Stroud could also struggle a little bit this year, just based on where we're expecting him to perform.
People got filmed.
But I think they survive this one. I think they win this one, but this is close.
I'm gonna take Houston money line. I like it. Fits. I'm gonna take the over here too, boys. I think both these offenses kind of score. Defenses are still rebuilding. They're still trying to figure stuff out. So I'm gonna take the over. All right, Battle of Florida. Jaguars traveling to the Dolphins. Over under set at 49.5. Miami 3.5 point favorite. Touchdown Jesus or Hawk Tua, that thing. What do you guys say?
I'm not gonna lie. I'll take the Jaguars money line on this. I'm looking at both squads. Jaguars also did a lot of investing in time to rebuild their team, to build around their quarterback. And then I look at Miami. They're not bad. I mean, Tyreek Hill. What you can't say much about this, but like after him is Jalen Waddle, who's still good. But after Jalen Waddle, who you got Braxton Berrios and Malik Washington. Now,
they got Jonnu Smith.
Who? Yeah. anyway,
they got Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, him too. If you want to call him that. So with the Jaguars, something I noticed, like the Dolphins have like smaller receivers, and Jaguars kind of have those lanky corners and stuff. And they during the last end of the season, they have been putting a little offense up too now. So I don't know. I think this game will be a lot better than what it has been in past years. I kind of expect Evan Ingram to be mid-season form like right now. So that could be a surprise to the Dolphins. So I'll take the Jaguars money line on this one.
Yeah, this is a playoff matchup. I do think that. I actually like Travis Etienne. Can never say his name. I think he's been undervalued in a lot of fantasy drafts. I think he's going to have a really strong year. But my MVP pick is on the Dolphins. I think Tua. I think this is the year of Tua.
Oh wow.
I believe in Mike McDaniel's offense. I do believe in his scheme. I do believe in Tyreek and Waddle. But I think there's some other pieces in Miami. And I also think Akane and Mostert, they're receiving backs as well. So I think there's much in the mix.
Yeah.
I
really believe in
Wright from the Bull City.
I don't know him. But yeah. Another running back. Yeah.
Do the whole
but anyway, I'm just saying I'm calling my shot with Tua and the Dolphins. And it's more of a I believe in the Dolphins collectively. I think they're going to be a dominant team, and you're going to give the quarterback the accolades. I think Tua is going to have a good year. So I'm going to take the Dolphins, even though Jaguars are a playoff team.
Man, you guys make some strong points. I was originally Miami. Devontae got on the mic. He dropped some knowledge. I'm gonna take Jacksonville. You guys have swayed me. I'm taking the Jags here. I think they get the upset. They get the win. This is make or break for T-Law. This is like either T-Law shows you what he can do or you move on from T-Law this year. And it's not necessarily fair, but that's what the league is now. You get 3 years at most to make a name for yourself. So make or break for T-Law. I think they get it done here, though. New York Giants taking on Minnesota Vikings. Over at 41.5. Minnesota 1.5 point favorite. No TJ Hawkinson. He's still out. Maybe week 6 to week 8 he'll be returned. JJ McCarthy, he was out, knee injury. He's out for the season. So Sam Darnold, QB1 for Minnesota, taking on Danny Dimes and the New York Giants.
Watch they have this game actually on TV, and nobody wants to watch it. But needless to say, I'll take Sam Darnold over Daniel Jones. Sam Darnold, you got Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson finally got paid, and the tight end behind Hawkinson, was that Robert Tonyan or is he elsewhere now?
Oh shoot!
Ooh, let me
No,
check
he's
real
not in
quick.
Green Bay.
Yeah, so I think Robert Tonyan is after him, or
Man, he
Johnny
is.
Yeah.
Hopefully Jordan Addison can get himself together. But in the meantime, they still have Brandon Powell, who, like, if you remember last season, he kind of had a good showing when everybody else was cutting up. Him and Josh Dobbs had a pretty good connection. That wide receiver room might be a little more open than we think, at least for the wide receiver 3 portion. So I don't know. And then with the Giants, I mean, on paper, they look good. I think they're going to do better on defense, but they got Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has been somewhere before, so hopefully he plays like it.
I'm pulling for the Giants purely
you are.
because of the NFC North.
Oh, is that why?
Um,
Not the Danny Dimes train?
I
Yeah, man.
hopped off that train years ago. Although he's got a hot lady in his life. I can't remember.
Does
her
he
name.
actually? Is that why he grew the beard?
Yeah, things are looking up for Daniel Jones. So maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm back on the train. No, I'm gonna take the Vikings. But watch out. Watch out on Danny Dimes. Things
Might
are
just hop
looking
in
up.
there.
Things are looking up.
Man, I'm gonna take the Giants. I don't really have a good reason. I'm just gonna take New York. There's something that tells me they're gonna take New York. I do love Aaron Jones being in Minnesota. I know Fitz, you probably feel a certain way about it, but I think he has a good game. But I think the Giants find a way to get it done toward the end. AFC West, Raiders, Chargers, LA hosting 40.5's the over. LA 3-point favorite.
Oh,
What do you take? This is a good one.
let's see. Wait, which one is? Okay, never mind. Shoot, we ended last season with the Raiders. I'm starting this season with the Raiders. We believed in Antonio Pierce, so I'm gonna start this season believing in Antonio Pierce. So I'll roll with it. I think at the very least, again, I think defense is gonna carry them, and then offensive wise, they got they're right behind old Gardner Minshew, Uncle Rico Jr., aka the Rocket Arm. So, and they got Zamir White, also from the 2-5, horse riding man. So, like, I don't know. I think they got something going. Whereas with Justin Herbert, I think he's getting over plantar fasciitis or something. And he doesn't have anybody to throw it to. I guess Josh Palmer and Ladd McConkey and maybe Quentin Johnston if he feels like playing. So because of that, I'll take the Raiders with that.
I don't know. It's tough. Obviously the Chargers, their offense really sputtered last year, and then they lost a lot of pieces after not even having a great offense last year. But yeah, Jim Harbaugh, and I believe in Jim Harbaugh. I think he's going to get that. I think he's going to get that defense going. I would take the Chargers in this one. I don't think the Chargers are a playoff team this year. I think they show flashes of it. And I think they're like, again, they're another team that feels like a year away from being kind of dangerous. But I'll take them in this one just because I don't believe in the Raiders.
Yeah. NFL coaches that used to coach in college, now they make their debut. In the last 20 years, 11 of them have got the dub. Harbaugh has already done that once. He's already got the dub. Now he's coming back to the NFL. For that reason, I think it changes the formula. Give me the Raiders to win.